Oh, hello and welcome to a new session of Dyson Sphere program. We are going to go off of this planet today for good. At least that's the plan. So, what are we going to do for that? Last time I set up the basics for creating yellow cubes. Right now we're still researching how that's going to happen. I have prepared the plastic production for organic crystals, so we are almost there in that regard. But as far as I can see things, we might as well just head on over to our neighboring planet and just set up a titanium mining operation, because, you know, we just need it. Sooner or later, we're going to need it. Rather sooner than later, believe me. Okay, so for that, we're going to should I be able to loot you? Ah, not able to loot you because you're empty. Makes sense. Alrighty, Son of Nitro, welcome. How am I? Well, sadly, I'm still feeling quite ill-ish. So, since a week now that my body can't decide whether I'm going to be ill now or not. Pretty in between. Guess I should be grateful that I'm not really breaking down, but it ain't fun either. So, good thing that I can distract myself with some work here. Now, the fun part about this production line here is that we are actually storing hydrogen there, which we're going to use for other purposes there. For now, I'm just nabbing myself some hydrogen for production of a couple of fuel cells. So, there we go. Because hydrogen fuel rods are just awesome. Okay. It's not even all of my titanium ingots there. Whatever. We need to pick up other stuff to make the dream come true. So first of all, I need the mining machines. Let's not forget that. Hey Zella, welcome. So, and hello Witch, welcome. What type of music is my go-to for this daily drab? Oh, that's really depending on my on what. Right now I'm vibing quite hard to Boy Hosher. Then Rob Zombie's always good. I don't know. I have a very wide taste in music, and you know, it really depends on what's scratching my itch lately. But very much into electronic music. Yes, not techno, more like the more like the synthesizer heavy thing. Hard to define, but I guess it does give you one or two ideas. So, we ain't getting any more mining machines. That's it. That's no problem. I got 6 of them. That's more than enough. But comes as a bit of a surprise to me. But okay. I mean, this entire thing here is chronically undersupplied. Sucks that I am not able to get myself more wind turbines on. So let's see if we're able to check on out what's happening on this planet. So, solar energy ratio 136%. Hell yeah, we're just going to grab ourselves some solar panels and be good with it. Being a doctor, not for your everyday cold, you know. The doctor here in town would just give me some meds that I have to pay, and I wouldn't do anything on it. So I'm saving myself the money. EDM, Evil Disco, and Synthwave. Sounds like we have we might have a few things in common taste-wise, Sillet.
Like
Angry German techno, yeah. It's pretty nice. Some reason I must. The first thing that that crosses my mind is Eisenfunk. They are really pretty much what I would define as angry German techno, or could also take Lumpscut. I think Lumpscut also defines a very defining thing of angry German ABM. Whatever. I love music, so don't get me sidetracked here, guys. Trying to build a factory. So, I'm stocking up on fuels now, because we're going to go off planet. I think I got everything I need in that regard. I got lots of graphite, more than I actually need. And for now, so the mining machines are up, the solar panels are in my pocket, I have lots of Tesla towers. Do I have belts? Yes. Do I have storage? Yes. So we can go into space. Got it. So for some reason I just have to save every time before I fly off, but Lumscut is awesome. It's pretty heavy. Like, very dense in terms of atmosphere, very hateful and such, but if you're down for that, if you have something to digest, you know, it's pretty good. So, indicator, I want to have a arrow helping me out, and then, let's see, let's chuck in the good stuff, and fly away. I love using hydrogen fuel rods for space sailing, because they're just way more efficient. So, now we're speeding up. So, yeah, shift to speed up. And pressing backward was slowing down. Right, okay. Just need to get back into the controls. It's every time a little bit... what am I doing again here? When you're space sailing, always keep one thing in mind. You have to slow down as well. Don't go too greedy with the speed. Because slowing down does cost me energy as well, so... Let's check this out. This is, I think, the first time that I don't have a volcanic planet in my neighboring... in my solar system neighboring me. Very excited to see how that'll play out. ETA 30 seconds. I must say this whole part about this game that you can't fly so fluently between planets is possibly one of the parts that I love most about Dyson Sphere program. Like, this is also where I think like the game differentiates itself for real from games like Factorio and the like. Which is good. You really need to separate yourself from the competition. So, Merga 1 ain't volcanic at all. But very siliconic. That's great, isn't it? So, we got titanium and find a land on a planet on a reverse axis. The sun rises in the west. Fun. I love it that this game really just also simulates planetary actual tilts and this stuff. This is something where I really feel like I have seriously trouble with building up my stuff later. But I'm going to enjoy finding out how it works. What's my best advice for planning out my factory in such a way to avoid logistical and slowdowns later on? The best advice, keep things always expandable. If you hate efficiency, then always build in a way that you would be able to add in a few machines later. It's how I try to build this whole place here, so you just might want to watch what I'm doing here and get an idea of my train of thought here. It's a little bit difficult to explain, but basically it mostly consists out of building quite spacious instead of building compact. Like, avoid building compact in general. So in this system we have the opposite case than usual. Usually I rock a insane amount of titanium and not so much silicon. This plant is exactly the opposite. I have stupendous amounts of silicon, seriously, but almost no titanium comparatively. Titanium is really the second most rare material on this planet. Yuck. Dang it, that's bad. So, well, but I already knew that I won't be staying on this planet for good, so it's fine. Could have brought a couple of wind turbines, though. Let's craft myself some. Because the logistical problems in my factories always happen because I end up trying to cram too much on too tight space because I haven't planned it large enough. But on the other hand, when you're new to the game, it's impossible for you to know how large you need to go. So basically, if it ever is not fixable because your design didn't allow you enough expansion, just rebuild it somewhere else. Grab all your resources and rebuild it larger. Because that's just the smartest thing to do in situations like these. Alrighty, so we got the mining machines. But the TLDR, in case I haven't confused you already enough, is that there is no optimal solution. It always goes with a case-by-case thing, and it always goes alongside with your experiences, because you have to do mistakes to learn what you want to do better. And I strongly believe that every person out there has different ways of solving the problems. And there's nothing worse than copy-pasting the solutions of somebody else and being like, yeah, I beat the game. Well, you successfully copied somebody else's efforts, but you might just come up with your own solution. At least my train of thought. Maybe a little bit eccentric with that, I don't know. But I feel like with these games, the coolest part is to try and come up with a solution by yourself, and that's why I try to talk about principles and not so much about blueprints, you know. Alright, we got the titanium ore I need, and here's what's biting my back now. I forgot to bring the... This is stupid. Forgot to bring the smelters. That's on me. Okay, what we're going to do out of that is quite simple. We're going to stockpile ore and smelt it back on the planet, whatever. There could be worse things. Going to put up one little tin soldier here. Hey, Ash, welcome. Happy to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing good. I am for sure doing quite well, and congratulations to that huge reactor thingy you posted lately on the Discord. I had no opportunity to properly congratulate you to that. Looking sick, man. So, here we go. Very, very simplistic layout. Very much bothered by the fact that I only brought one smelter, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because the real industrialized approach comes later. Right now, we're just grabbing some ores to kickstart our science production on our home planet. That's my major interest there. Because you don't have this stuff on your home planet. That's just that. Okay, but here we go. I'm not going to put a limit on this chest, because why should I? Titanium plates will be always necessary. And I'm just going to fill my pockets now with as much ore as I can. And we're going to head on home with that. In the time between, while I'm setting up stuff, this whole machinery here will work a little bit for me. So, it bothers me a bit that I'm not able to fill my pockets as easy as I want to. Now, then, let's do something stupid. I'm going to put up a storage container here to grab some of the materials for me, so I can get some help with the ore that I want to put into my pockets, you know. Because basically I want to haul as much as I can fit into my pockets back and forth. If I am already not able to get myself more titanium plates directly, I could actually loot these as well, that'll help too. Yeah. The last 3 times I did that, I always remembered to bring smelters. 4th time I didn't. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that the amount of titanium that I rack up here will be enough to kickstart my production with the basics. Okay, I think that's enough for now. Most important thing for me is to remove that thing because it's no good. And let's fly back home and process that stuff back at our home planet. So what up with Merga 4? What is there? Oh, Merga 4 is my titanium planet. Wonderful. So we got a pretty good starting system altogether. Like that. Merga 4 is pretty far away from the sun, as you can see, so solar energy is pretty sucky there. But, well, gotta do what you gotta do. What are the win conditions? So, you get to tech out... You have to tech out this thing as the win condition right now. So, you have to put in 4,000 universe matrices into this thing. Universe matrices are being made out of 1 cube of each color and what was that stuff again? I think antimatter. I think if I remember correctly, you have to put in antimatter or something like that. So long story short, craft a ton of pretty rare materials. I don't see that. Can't tell what that last ingredient is right now because I never was that far, but I'm pretty sure you get the idea. So. But if you go for what the unofficial answer, then it's building the biggest Dyson Sphere out there, because the fun part about this game is that it actually has kind of a leaderboard system where there is an overview about all the about the whole Milky Way that's popularized by players, and you can see the Dyson Spheres of other people. And basically, the more terawatt you produce, the brighter your system shines on the map. It's pretty cool. It's both, Nitro. It's basically both. There is a goal for you to achieve if you want to, but if you don't want to, you can't just crank up your madness further and further and try to build the biggest and best Dyson Sphere out there. Or the most, I have no clue. I've never been in the real endgame yet. But as far as things go, this game probably is the best competitor to Factorio nowadays. Many games have tried, but Dyson Sphere program has enough meat on its own. The whole Dyson Sphere crafting process is fascinating. It's something entirely new I've never seen in any other game before. You know, this is legit the first game that lets you build a Dyson Sphere in detail. How cool is that? I mean, come on. If you're at least a little bit into sci-fi, that should get you excited. So, back at our home planet. Slam dunk! I want to leave a crater when I do this, you know. I'm always a little bit pissed that my Icarus lands so smoothly. I want to feel the kinetic impact of slam dunking on the planet. Satisfactory? Yeah, I played that too. I'm waiting for it to be done. Right now it's too early access for me. And since it offers only one map, which is always the same, I shy away from playing it because, you know, if there's only one map, it doesn't sound like a terrible amount of replayability to me, you know? Sure, you can build another way around on the map next time, yada yada yada, but seriously, is that really what you want to do? And therefore, I'm waiting for it to be done, but what's there, I pretty like. I pretty much like that. Except for the fact that it's really damn hard to keep orientation. I really hope that the devs consider something to make the whole orientation easier in the game, because that really sucks these days. Look at that, there's iron gears everywhere. The whole swarm enemy scares me for this game. The good thing, which is you can't just turn it off. If it doesn't please you, leave it out. That's that's well-made game design, you know. feature doesn't please you, turn it off. That's how you do sandbox games, right? Okay, so what I need now are those damn smelters that I keep forgetting. Here we go. Furnace. Good. So we got these now, and let's head back to the site where I want to make my yellow cubes. So the thing with the yellow cubes for now, I'm a little bit torn whether I'm going to transport them over by a belt or not. It's going to be a damn messy spaghetti line if I really bring that up by a belt. But the other option would be to manually carry around the cubes, and doesn't sound like an option either. So I'm a little bit bothered by that topic. But let's just keep working. We'll find an answer to that while we go. So first things first, I need to get rid of all that ore. For how much chaos can happen in Satisfactory? I think it can generate that as a necessity. I get you. I mean, I feel like Satisfactory is also a very story-driven game, so to say. So let's think for a moment. I'm going to make the diamond production happen somewhere around here. So it's totally fine to make our titanium somewhere around here. I already have to forethink as well now where we're going to have the drone logistics port, but I think that's going to happen somewhere here in the water, so fine. Good-o. First things first, let's drop down the storage where we're going to put the titanium out of. That'll free a lot of the inventory space here. No game, that was not my intention. Just wanted to move that. Thank you. Good. Next thing. Is a yellow belt enough? Yeah, why not? For sure. Later we're going to upgrade that, but I don't think that's a necessity right now. Good. Probably we'll have to rewire this entire thing here at the end of the day. When we have a steady supply of titanium, I'm not sure if this is going to be the way how I want to do it. But for now, it's going to be fine. Sucks to be replenishing my titanium stockpiles from another planet manually, but that's just the progression curve of the game. Can't really skip out on that. Alright, Ash. Good one. Hope the class is going to be at least interesting or something like that. Good. Finally, titanium plates. In a semi-automated way. Good. I'll leave it like that. I just wanted to empty my pockets because it was really bothersome to carry that whole stuff around. So we're out of all manner of stuff. I haven't automated water pumps, so let's just grab myself some materials. Luckily, the starter base is right around the corner, so we can nab something from there. Here's some iron plate, here's some magnet, here's some this, here's some that. And some of that too. So, I like to have my pockets full with things. That's just very much me. So, hydrogen is also a pretty good fuel. Did you already know? Okay. As a matter of fact, since I'm right now pretty close-ish to the mall, I want to pick up some stuff there as well. Because I feel like we could require some there. This part of the factory I'm most proud of right now. It's the most orderly thing that I ever built so far in Dyson Sphere. No drones that can't fly to other planets to pick up stuff for you. Not yet, not yet. We're going to get there. You have to start out manually. That's just how the game wants you to. Let's start on out. So, a handful of these and a handful of those. Inventory's full at that point, but what do I care? So, let's see. Let's get rid of a little bit of steel wherever it's needed. Not too many machines, though, need the steel as of yet. Okay, but I think this should work out for... Why do I have a thermal power plant in my pocket? Okay. Let's just place it down as a decoration. Get it out of my pocket. Good-o. Let's go. So next step are now the yellow tech cubes, and once these are researched, we're going to be able to start the drone production. And that's when we're really in game. Look at that, there's a tiny little dude without power. Let's empower this little guy. Good. So, next step is going to be the organic crystal production. Sadly, I need to look it up here. So, we're going to need organic crystals for the production of titanium crystals. As you see here, we need 1 titanium crystal per second, and to produce 1 titanium crystal per second, we're going to require 1 organic crystal per second. So that's our next goal. Produce 1 organic crystal per second. Alpha Dash, I welcome you. So happy to see you again. So organic crystals are being made out of 2 units of plastic per second. You can't just take the recipe as you see it, put up 6 machines because it's 6 seconds, and then you see how much consumption you have for 1 unit per second. So we're going to require more oil, we're going to require water, but that's that, not more. So here's an oil seep available for us. So let's get there, or, well, I don't know. Now that I look at it more closely, this one is even way better. Pretty close to the plastic already. Let's see, can I put up a water extractor in this puddle? Would be damn comfy if I could so, but yep. Can. Wonderful. So we can do the whole production here around the corner. Wonderful. So this thing has an output of 4 refineries. Just realized that. Don't want to have the output into that direction. Rather make it this way. So here we can go into a bit of a luxury mode if we want to. Let's see if it works or not. Ah, it's not symmetrical. I'm not going to do this. Joshua Leon, hi there. I am appreciating that. Conquest of Elysium is a great game. Sadly, I'm not feeling like getting into it anytime too soon again. But I guess the time will come. It's an on and off relation game for me. It's really damn good, isn't it? So we will here again put up a little bit of a refinery system, but let's see. Going to output the oil into that direction right away. Let's put up a splitter here. Guess I could use also a multi-level splitter. Ah. So, let's see. Isn't there this model? Right. This is what I want. So here, this model is a little bit weird at the first glance, but it's exactly what we can use for this layout, because here I want to merge these guys, and this way I can just lead the elevated input into the splitter, and can just output into this way. It's very comfy to build this way. Very stress-free. So we're going to go with the hydrogen somewhere else. You know, there's going to be, at the end of the day, hydrogen storage stockpiles literally everywhere on the planet. But we're going to use these not too far in the future. So... Oh, come on. I placed down chemical plants. I'm such an idiot. Let's just hope the chemical plants are... The oil refineries are going to fit in here as well. So... Nope, they don't. No. I set it all up so nice and snuggly. Well, you know what? We're going to rebel against that and just do it like this. Here we go. Still works. Just had to replace a little bit there. Okay. Now let's do the whole sorter thing. Hydrogen here. Wheel there. Same for this side. And copy paste. And now just power it up. I would have just copied the other design over there, but it had just so ugly asymmetrical placed down refineries that I just couldn't do it. There we go. So stream froze. My end, everything's okay, as far as I can see. Maybe I had a hiccup in the connection. Sometimes that does happen. Let me know if that does happen more often, please. Well, Conquest of Elysium is extremely complex due to the fact that there are so damn many things that are happening at the same time on many several layers. It has a hell of a learning curve. But I mean, that's true for pretty much all of the games of this particular design studio. They are really awesome in that regard. There's not too many people making games with this amount of depth and that well. But what I do like about Conquest of Elysium in general is that it's one game that feels very easy to pick up and difficult to master. It doesn't feel like it's kicking you out of the door only because you don't really know what you're doing. Just set up an easy difficulty and explore at your own pace. What I really like about that. Okay, but back to topic. We got here this recipe now down. All we require now is plotting down 6 chemical facilities and wire them up, because I have all the materials together. So, let's configure one, and then copy-paste the whole thing afterwards. There we go. And that's already a part of our yellow cube production done. Can't wait. So, I think in this particular scenario I'm going to make it roll one directional and not two directional. Let's see. Although 6 chemical facilities are a damn long way, aren't they? Let's compactify it. Just bothers me to see how extremely collide with object. What kind of object will he collide with? So Don't quite get it. So we're able to do the yellow matrix thing. So it's either the planetary curvature or my inserters, which are bugging out here. Either way, I just decided to go this way. So 4, 5. So we'll keep one. We'll do one long narrow thing, whatever. But the scale of these things shows us how important it will be later to think about proliferators and stuff like that, just to make things smaller again, you know? Because this is just for the production of 1 yellow cube per second. It's not much. Could use way more than that. But I don't want to mutter. I got it down, and that's all that matters. By the way, let's burn some odd stuff in our inventory. While Dominions is a game that I have an on and off relationship with, I keep turning it on, learn something, get a aneurysm, and then put it back and repeat every few months. Slowly getting into it, but Dominions is so vast, you know? Okay, so titanium crystal production. Let's go. We only need to put up the titanium plates up there to the organic crystals, and that's that. Now that I see it, it's sad that I cannot rewire it into this direction, but that's sadly something this game is not capable of. Really bothering me a bit, but maybe that'll come one day. So we're just going to set it up here. No biggie. Dominions is like when Conquest of Elysium grows too easy for you, then Dominions is the next level of complexity for you. It's just well, it's like the bigger brother. Yeah, it's really a good comparison. Conquest of Elysium in comparison to Dominions is like in Dominions you control, but you can script basically the behavior of everybody up to a level that you can that is really disgusting. How much foreplanning you need. So, titanium crystals. We want 1 of these guys per second. They are made in assemblers, which is good. So we're going to slap up 4 assembling machines, and then we're going to be good with that. So I'm putting them up down here. So the first part of the ingredients is then finally done, my friends. Big step forward. We're getting yellow cubes done in no time here, I tells you. What I also get done in no time will be the power grid. Killing it also quite effectively already. So we need to put up new things here as well, so... Oh no, I forgot to put down the output inserter. Silly me. Okay, so technology. I stopped technologizing. That's bad. So Casimir crystals and the stuff, that's all up in the future. So planetary logistics system requires me to research thrusters. So let's get there. 1,000 red cubes. Oh, jolly. And this is also doable by just using red cubes. Awesome. So integrated logistics system. What's that? Use of integrated. Integrate 2 cargoes into 1. After setting up the automatic piler on the conveyor belt, it can automatically integrate 2 consecutive cargoes into 1. So, oh, okay. So take 2 things and make them into 1, so it doubles effectively the throughput rate of your belt system. That's pretty amazing. So, also Joshua, what I wanted to say, Dominions plays entirely different than Conquest of Elysium. There's pretty normal to get destroyed early on. Don't worry. Everything working as intended. The game wants to recruit you. Now, we're going to require also 1 diamond per second, but the diamond per second, that's really a joke. We're just requiring 2 smelters. Processing a bit of that stuff there for us. So, let's check out. Using right now 2 units of that, and I need, 1 unit of that. So right now I'm producing 3 units, so everything's totally cool here. So, well, I don't like to make things like these because I find it sloppy, but whatever. Right now, sloppy works. I mean, there is a decent chance that I will reconstruct the entire lab thing. Enlarge it, whatever you want to call it. So. Therefore, and it's just the diamond stuff. It's not as if I'm knotting down a Titanic thing inefficiently. Good, and that's that. Here the yellow cubes will be produced. The downside is they are damn far away from my main technology center, so that's where we have to improvise here. But I have decided to just carry them manually for now. So. Because I feel like that's just way easier there. Because sure, I could put up a belt now that leads to my lab. But then I need to get rid of it later too. Because I won't be needing that belt anymore later down the road. And right now we're basically just researching the planetary logistics. We're almost there, so to say. And don't want to put up that much energy and resource into something which will be obsolete in a couple of minutes. And I feel that that makes totally sense to work like that. So, very simple thing. We're also going to just copy it. And that's that. Finally done. Diamonds, titanium crystals, that's all it takes. And here we go. Wonderful. And for now, we're just going to stockpile these suckers in a chest. All of them. Because there's the production here will stop on its own as soon as I have used up all the titanium plates that we got there. Okay, so with that out of the way, right now we don't need the yellow cubes. We are going to need them later, but still, we're producing them. That's a good thing. Let's see. I think I forgot to put up a hydrogen stockpile here, though. Yep. So that thing would have stopped working in no time. Okay, so yellow cubes in production. Let's look at the thrusters and the stuff. So thrusters will require us to put up steel and copper. No biggie, we already got that available. What we don't have right now, well, we should consider bringing up more red cubes at this point. But don't want to ponder about that right now. No, we're going to set up something for the power while we're at it. Now that I saw that I have pretty much all the silicon I could possibly wish for, we're going to go for solar power here. So, do I have enough room? I do. So, for solar power, well, a portion of my planet, of my factory lies on the Equatorial line. Whoopsie. Whatever. So, yeah. The solar power belt. In case you never saw it, it's a pretty simple principle. You just slap down solar panels all around the equator. This way, there's always 50% of the panels in the sun, while there's 50% of the panels out of the sun. So this sort of stabilizes the production of your solar panels. You know, makes a rather unreliable power source totally reliable. The other option you could go for is to go for a planet with what's it called again? Tidal lock, that's the word. Tidally locked planet, which just has no day and night. Like, there's always one side day, one day, and one side night. This makes it extremely easy to produce power on these planets because it's just a no-brainer. As far as I know, these are the two most popular ways of creating power. So there we go. Now we also need to plaster this place with foundation. I think the next time I would restart, I'd be slamming down 2 red cubes per second early on to kickstart that production a tad bit faster. I noticed that this does slow me down quite a lot. Go. And but I mean, legit, we're not getting anywhere right now without a more massive power production at that point. Because once we go for the planetary drone service, this will bump up the power hunger of this place even more. Because, you know, those drones, they don't fly only out of goodwill. They need to be charged up, of course. And therefore, I think the solar belt is just way to go at this point. Let's see how far I'll come with the foundation I got here. Then let's see how much power this whole business will generate. And if the science ain't done yet there, I'm going to bump up the numbers there too. I think that's going to be a great idea. Because overall, I feel like I'm a little bit too slow overall with 60 signs per minute. Could be a tad bit faster, you know. Right. This is always a wonderful feeling to just plant down a equatorial belt of power generation around the planet. You know, these things, they're all made with love from my assemblers or so. Hey, look, we're meeting our own machines again. Good. Hey, Tomek, hi there. So happy to see you. Hope you're having a nice day. So, of course, the only bothersome thing about a solar belt is that it makes your logistics suffer a tiny little bit of it on it, because you have to wire belts over it. That's the only thing that I can here put up as a downside, but appreciate that you like that. I really enjoy this one too. I'm really hell-bent also to make a fancy Dyson Sphere this time, for real. That new update announcement really got me motivated to finish the game once before the new combat update hits town, so can restart it even again with some other setup or whatever. So looks like we're going to collide a bit here, but whatever. Ran out of solar panels anyway. But altogether, I think we do have the worst sorted out now. Let's elevate that thing while we're at it. So yeah, here we're going to have no chance to complete the belt. So there will be power hiccups, you know, but that's... I feel like the first planet in this game should never be taken too serious, because you are simply not able to get everything done the way you want to get it done. They're coming out with logistics storage upgrade. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I was hoping to integrate that into the series as well. And I gotta say, I appreciate the decision of the devs that they stall out the combat update for until 2023. Because I feel like, you know, if you want to get something done good, give it the time it requires. That's fine for me, you know? Before they the combat update gets hustled down into something crappy, rather give it the time it needs to get developed. That's okay for me. So, we got now 75 megawatt for the moment. Could be better, but guess it could be worse too. Alright, so let's get on over there. I got not enough red cube production for my taste now. So, red cube production was quite easy as far as I remember. So, the red cubes require me to get up 2 units of energetic graphite and 2 units of hydrogen. Right. That was the trick there. So, is it upgradable at this spot even? Well, there's one crude oil seep not too far away. And these guys are providing what? More than enough. More than enough. All we'd need to would be to upgrade the conveyor belts. But that's the least of my worries. So here we go. And then we're going to set on up another oil extraction ops down here. Because I figured that we really could use more science production there. And I was hoping that I'd be getting enough done here for the time being. But turns out the answer was no. So here we're going to go very, very close up with the refinery because we don't have enough space around there. So here goes the same system as usual. Still happy once you got the whole mall thing down, the game grows so much more comfy and chilled out, you know. Because expanding is just so much easier. And go. Right. And just copy that. And this way we can really easily and quickly expand our science production, because it just doesn't get us anywhere right now. Bothers me a lot. Okay, so, oh yeah, for my typical thing, forgetting to power up the refinery too. So this time we're not requiring the oil, this time we're only requiring the hydrogen. So here storing the oil this time, while trying to stockpile the hydrogen. So, go. Putting these up together in the splitter. There we go. Stack these up a bit, so we'll have enough storage capacity, and then we'll just wire that down the road here. Very simple, albeit effective thing. So I need to wire the hydrogen down there, huh? Oof. Well, no. Gotta do it like that. Better. Just connect it to the same reservoir. Can't wait to get all that stuff done more effectively with drones, but, you know, one thing at a time. So, hey, welcome back, Nidrogue. From my end, the stream was never down, so I don't know what happened on your side, or if the stream would have been down for that long time on my end, then the whole thing would have crashed down already. But whatever, I'm glad you're back, man. Good, so now we're just going to rewire this a little bit more professionally here. Yep. Because, you know, that ain't really getting us anywhere. So, ran out of belts, but we can't fix that. Also need to set up more labs for processing them cubes. Yeah, I'm also very, very excited about the combat update too. Can't wait to get that, to see it in action. But you know, it's always nice to have something to be excited about, I think. So now we have here 94 megawatt. It's because the solar belt ain't done yet, you know? Okay, so let's see. Where was I? Ah, yeah, belts. Still got a couple of these, but not enough of those. Yeah, I want that container, thank you. I want 1 stack of those, thank you. Beyond that, I think I got everything it needs. Still got a dozen of those guys. Pretty sure I'll run out of something in a minute. Just like that. But I'll take that minute. So, here we go. I also disapprove the way that this is wired up. Well, so, 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to take it that way. The hell? You're supposed to grab this way. Sequencing mode enabled. And we require grabby dudes here as well. Alright. We're almost there. So all I need to do now is to amp up the energetic graphite production. And obviously... yeah, whatever. We're going to do it like that. So that's 2 lacking here. And we're just going to put these together on a belt, no biggie. Going to rock a splitter here, I think. Let's just dislodge that for a second, then recombine it. There. Production power up. Also fetched me some fancy fuel. Okay. Now we can set that up for real, and we got now 2 cubes of the red type per second. Which is exactly what I'd want to have. So, the old lab setups are acting out weird, so... But the good news here is, as you see, if I manage to upgrade the input amounts, I'll be also managing to upgrade the output amounts, you know? So I can't just slap up more labs here along the way. I'm trying to say. Just feels great. And that's what I meant with expandability a while ago. So here, I leave up this lane intentionally to be able to produce more of these guys. Here I have more space open to produce more of those guys. Here there's space open to produce, to consume more cubes, and you know, these are the things I'm talking about that are extremely important if you want to avoid logistical hiccups later down the road. At least that's been my experience there. Okay, man, we're rocking the boat. So, sadly, these guys will take a while to be researched now. And, well, let's get on back to the titanium, to the solar belt. And then I wanted to get back to planet Titanium, because I do know for sure that we don't have enough titanium on the planet for the drone setup, you know. So we're going to require more of that stuff for sure. Good. So I'll set up a couple of these solar panels here where we can. And I don't mind where they won't fit in, that's okay. Alright, so this won't take that much longer for sure. Let's see, I don't have that much fuel on me right now. Let's change that. Joe, hey there. How did you hook up the second red tower? Because it has no output. Second red tower? Has no output? I have to check. You're talking about the labs, don't you? There's a good chance that I was derping out something. Let's check this out. It would be a shame if I missed that. Yep, you're right about that. I didn't do anything right, I only did things wrong. So thanks for reminding me there. That would have taken me ages to discover that, thank you. So... that would have taken me ages to discover that. Good, so now we're actually really sped up, thanks to the audience. Hey, Andonisky, hey there. Yeah, I've seen you doing new content for the Circus Electrique as well. I was very pleased to see you. I already wrote you off as a goner. Would have been a shame with all the good stuff you're doing. So, there we go. We're almost there, but that's going to be only the thrusters. We're going to require more of these. So, since it's a longer research thing, we're going to head over to Merga 4 and just do our thing there. So, before I do my thing there, though, I'm going to get myself some graphite going. Just some larger stockpiles than necessary. Nobody wants to be lost in space. So, which direction to take? Ah, here. Okay. I'm coming, Titanium Planet. So here I'm rocking way crappier fuel than the last time. Hydrogen fuel rods are way better, but you know. They are only in so far better that they are more energy efficient. I'll be just using more energetic graphite, and my fuel chamber is recharging a tad bit slower, so I'm not rocking with 500 or 600 meters per second and just with 400, that's okay. Alrighty, almost there. And then planetary drones will be a thing. Alright, let's speed up a bit. So by the way, I pressed tab to detach the cursor from the Icarus to click away notification boxes. That's really important. Because otherwise you'll be stuck with that stupid notification box, probably hindering your landing. And there we go. A very, very smooth landing. So, there's almost nothing going on the planet. I always struggle a lot with finding my ops again. So, well, now, roughly that direction, got it. Yeah, the combat update is making us all hyped up. They did a great job with creating some hype there. Everybody likes to see that.
Even me, and I'm not even playing the game.
In case you weren't able to hear what my wife was saying, it even hyped her up, and she's neither playing the game nor is she a big factory game fan. Which is a shame, because actually she would be damn good at it, but she decides not to. Well, let's go. Here we have now the most obnoxious thing happening, and that's why I don't like to fly around with energetic graphite if I can avoid it. We're really damn slow here. And I'm also taking a course to avoid the gas giant a bit, because you can easily get sucked into the orbit of the gas giant, and that's by all means no terrible thing, but it does slow you down extremely, and if you have low energy available, you don't want to get slowed down. So there we go, almost back at my place. Luckily, this will be one of my last trips with that bad fuel. Although, we still have a lot of work in front of us. First of all, those drone towers, they don't build themselves. We're going to have to set up a lot of infrastructure for these. And until we have a really automated grid work of drone towers, this will take a while. But at least going to be able to transport goods on top of the planet more easily there, and then we're going to work ourselves towards the more complicated ones. Because right now I'm just checking out the systems that work on the planet that we're sitting on top of right now. They won't be helping us to haul titanium from the planet to the other planet. This will be interplanetary transportation. We have to still unlock that. Slam dunk! There we go. But most importantly, I got the pockets full of titanium. So let's head on over to our mall factory thing, because this is where we're going to put up our next piece of work. The planetary logistics systems get researched. This is all fine and dandy. In the meantime, we're going to set up a production line for the thrusters, because these guys are the next thing we need. So, thrusters are made out of steel and copper. Let's see if I have anywhere something like that already on the string. I highly doubt it though. So we got steel over here, and I got copper over here. Copper is also not really able to be distributed from that connector anymore. So why did the belt go that drunk? Nobody knows. Oh no! I'm not able to carry my stuff anymore. Never seen the items fly around like that then. So, erase all litter. I don't care about that. Got more important things to worry about. So, how to. So, steel runs this way into the actual mall, and this way, what does it do up there? It goes here, further into the foundation production, and, well, could be easily just wiring up the copper from this place. But surely, yeah, you know what, we're just going to do this like that. Slap up some foundation, and produce our stuff up here. Let's make some new land. There we go. Then I'll wire up some copper here, and then everything will be great. My basic idea was a simple one. We're just going to clamp in another of these guys here, and then I'm just going to put up a extra route for the copper. There we go. Just like that. And then we're producing them thrusters. So I do remember the last couple of times I went into this stage, I had way more issues in getting things together. Here, the big benefit is The input lanes are pretty weak right now, because I have everything hooked up to mining outposts directly. But later we're just going to disconnect it from the mining outposts and connect it to drone outposts that get supplied from many mining outposts at the same time, and then all these issues will be a thing of the past. If it doesn't make sense to you now, I'm just going to show you, and then it'll make sense for sure. Good. Most importantly, I got thrusters. So now let's check out what we're going to check out next. X-ray cracking, pretty useless for the time being. Applied superconductors. Yeah, well, let's NQ these things for now, while we're busy with other things. So, a logistics drone requires processors. I am not even able to produce these yet, so, stop what you're doing. We need processors. That's the next thing we require. Okay, so processors in this regard, and the actual towers require processors, titanium, steel, and oh yeah, particle traps. We aren't even producing these yet. Fun. Yeah, so let's see. Processors were made out of microcrystalline components and electronic components there. So the good thing there is I literally haven't had any use for these goods whatsoever as of yet. And yeah, we're going to go into that. So let's do it like that. Probably going to stop right here, something like this. And yeah. Now, here go some assemblers. And we're going to produce processors as soon as I can. So they're going to be made here. So sadly I cannot really give them any commands as of yet, but it's going to be a very, very small scale production of these things too. Let's see. And then particle traps. So how was that thing here? Magnetic particle traps. These are made out of maglev drives. Ah yeah, we need to come up with superconductors first. So superconductors are made out of tons of energetic graphite and some sulfuric acid. So yeah, it all comes together. Comes back to me right now. So, supermagnetic rings, we might as well research them as well. Okay. Fine. So there's always something new on the horizon, isn't it? But the good news is, technically, we are, for now, able to stem that. We're going to have a very, very slow production of these things. Don't get me wrong there. It's not going to be too good or anything, but it's also going to be okay. So, magnetic particle traps. Copper, these maglev drives, and carbon nanotubes, I think it was. So, carbon nanotubes, as the name would imply, made out of coal. So, let's upgrade that stuff. Bring up another mining machine that's going to harvest the rest of these nodes there. Or at least most of them. And then I need to remember how sulfuric acid was made again. I vaguely remember stone being part of the recipe there. So, there we go. So, sulfuric acid. Yeah, raw stone it is even. Raw stone, oil, and water. Oh yeah, this is one hell of a disgusting recipe there. Green mortars, the early game bottleneck. You were so damn right about that. I mean, right now, this mall won't be able to stem itself against the tide, so to say. But it also doesn't have to, so it's okay. What really helped me out a lot was to develop a mindset where I'm like, this place here is only existing to enable me to get towards the stars, and that's all. Starter base is not meant to be the point where I'll be setting up my Dyson Sphere at all. No, 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 no. Here I'm just setting up the first factories for dronesies and the like, so we get to expand accordingly into the area where I want to be in the long run. It's been one big mistake of mine in the past, that I really misunderstood these dynamics, you know. Good. So here, let's check this out. We'd be producing 2 units of graphene, that's the material. Ha! Graphene per second if we'd add in 3 units of carbon energetic graphite and 1 unit of sulfuric acid per second. How hard is it to make 1 unit of sulfuric acid per second? So this recipe would be creating 6, as a matter of fact. So yeah, I hate these. So if I divide it by 2, I'll be getting that. So I need to. This is where I need to get into my calculator and so divide 4 with 6. So one of these factories is creating 0.66 sulfuric acid. Alright. It requires 1 oil per second, and a little bit more than 1 stone per second, and 0.66 water per second. Okay. Right? Right. So I'll need to let 2 of these things run. So that's a third of these. So if I divide everything by 3, then I get the ratios. So I need 2 oil, 2.66 stone, and 1.33 water. Sounds confusing? It's because it is. I hate sulfuric acid recipes, just so you know. So a water pump is able to produce 55 water per minute. So that means it's less than 1 per minute, 1 per second. So we require 2 of these things. So I'm also out of inventory space here, so what the hell's lying there on the ground? So get rid of that, please. I want the machine. Don't know how to pick it up though. Ah, here. Well, pretty complicated. Whatever. So we got that, we got that. The only thing I don't have right now is stone. So how to fix that? Well, I could just go down there and grab the stone deposits from that place. Luckily, these will be the very last few times that we have to torture ourselves this way. Because I personally find it quite torturous there to work like that. Oh yeah, processors. Let's get through that thing next. Because actually processors are still the more pleasant part of the equation. Actually. Everything after the processors is actually way more annoying. So, well. Let's make 3 of these machines, although I know that I will regret the fact that that I set up 3 of these guys. Because they just eat up so many of my microcrystalline components, but at the same time, I know we need them. Hooray! Processors! So. Yeah, I wanted to pick up mining machines. That's what I wanted, actually. So, I do carry around one with me, right? Right. So, let's just stack these on top of each other. And then we're just going to pick up the stone deposit down there. And we have stone, we have coal. We ain't got the necessary oil yet, so work on that. But there's one oil seep. There's another oil seep. Well, well, well. So this thing produces 4.5 stone per second. That's all the stone that I need for the sulfuric acid thing. So now I only need to wire up water and oil. And then we got this. Yeah, well, let's make graphite because we need it, right? No. Oh, well, what? Why did I go for coal? Ah, yeah, because I need that for the graphene. So for here, we need stone, we need oil, and we need water. Alright. So, there goes. It's pretty good. So a third of that will be 2 oil per sec. Got it. Could also use the coal actually here for the graphene production. Well, we'll see about that. Well... So there's actually no direction really good. Oh yeah, we're going to go that way. So we will bring up 5 refineries. What's really scaring me a tiny little bit is to see that I actually managed to I'm actually managing to empty the stack of refineries in my inventory. Find that quite spooky. Like, seriously. So, applied superconductor. We can now make graphene. So, here the game grows more and more complicated on us, you know? Graphene and the stuff, that's where things get a little bit more difficult to handle. In a good way, I mean that. So, here we go. So, Jenner, hey there. Happy to see you. You're having a good day. It's the hydrogen, though, we're going to wire that out downhill. And stockpile it for later use. Because I do know one thing, later down the road, we're going to require a lot of hydrogen. Although I heard people that they don't know what to do with their hydrogen anymore in the later stages of the game. I never made it that far. That I didn't know anymore what to do with my hydrogen. Looking forward to reach that enlightened state of not knowing anymore what to do with my hydrogen. Until then, I'm going to try my best to not go crazy while setting up these. So, there we go. powering up the shack. Bringing up the storages. And there we go. Thank you, Jenner. That's kind. Alrighty, so that's that. I got the good old oil production down. So, oil, stone, water, was it? Right. Then, get ready for sulfuric acid production. We're going to wire these together like that. And, gonna put these water pumps together. Find them. Goes. So let's see, I heard that you can also just connect belts like this. I want to check out if that works for water pumps, for example. Yeah, this will do the trick just fine. So, technically, we'd require way more machines than the amount that I am providing here, but practically, it'll be an okay sulfuric acid production line for starters. Okay, so I'm going to put up 2 chemical facilities to get this ball rolling for me. And then let's see where we're going to head next. I just know that I always hate sulfuric acid production whenever I play DSP. Something about the recipe just bugs me. And I already know what it is. It's the ratios, because it has so many tough divisions in it. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of 0.33 values in there. And I'd really appreciate if the devs would do less of these. Because they are... It's already pretty hard to tech out or math out these things for a lot of people, and I feel like this doesn't make it necessarily better. So, we got sulfuric acid. Graphene is just sulfuric acid with energetic graphite. So, yeah, I'd say we'll be making our graphene here off-site. That's going to be the first thing where I'm not producing the stuff on-site, you know? Or in my intermediate mall. I have this little corner of my mall where I craft all the intermediates, but for graphene, I'm going to break that rule because we're heading into the age of decentralized production anyways, so I'm not taking things too seriously here anymore. Luckily. The scope of this game is really not made for centralized production setups either, you know. It's just not. So, for 2 of these guys, no. Wait a sec. So, I need 1 unit of sulfuric acid per... What? I need less than 1 sulfuric acid per second. So, if we put up 3 machines, we'd require... Yeah, so we need 3 chemical facilities. Alright. And 3 chemical facilities will eat up 3 units of energetic graphite. Got it. So, we're going to set these guys up here on that side. Just make that times 6. it up. And just like that, we're going to see the graphene production realized. So, seeing that this is potentially the area where I'm going to produce more sulfuric acid at, I'm going to wire this up like that. We're going to go for this. And let's just do it like that. Also, I like to plunder some energetic graphite from my machines. Thank you, machines. Alrighty. So here we're yet again expandable. There's the ability to just drop more machines down so we can add more sulfuric acid as our needs grow. And that's something that I try to do wherever I can. That's the spirit of expandability. That's what I am trying to emphasize in this run a lot. Okay, so I said it's 3 chemical facilities, wasn't it? Yep, it was 3 chemical facilities. So we're just going to clap those in here, I'd say. Yeah, why not? Let's start out here. So, graphene. Wonderful. And I'm running out of belt. Not so wonderful, but, you know, there's always something. So, 1, 2, 3. Alright. So, graphene is being made. Where am I right now, technology-wise? We're on the magnetic particle traps, so thrusters are being made, processors are being made, so I can already produce logistics drones. Wonderful. For the planetary logistics stations, I am practically producing all the stuff we need, except for the particle traps, but we're, as a matter of fact, researching that. The particle traps did require graphene, I know that, and the green motor thingies, so that means we'll have to pipe graphene into our malls somehow. Yeah, well, we're so close to drone transportation, so... Ugh. I don't know. Anyways, let's start producing drones, because obviously I have all the necessary materials together it requires. So I got processors, I got thrusters. So I'd say we're going to set up an entirely new area up here, because I feel like it. An entirely new area where we focus only on the things there. So wait a sec. Flattened stuff, yeah. So flattening stuff is pretty cool because it gives you the ability to gain soil pile and so lay foundation, no decoration. So yeah, if you ever need soil pile, you just have to use foundation to gain soil pile, as weird as it might be. So I want to be producing here. Hope the soil pile won't run out in the time being.
That's picture.
Alrighty. So, we got lots of room to work with now. And, let's see. So, processors will run in there. Ah, yeah, lack of item. Luckily, I'm right next to the mall. Wonderful. But, I think once these things, like the particle traps and the other stuff, is ruled out, we're ready to go, as a matter of fact. ready to go for planetary logistics. So, let's see, the processors are going to run down here. And we're going to let them roll up. So, something like that I'd like. And here, processors. Great. So what did we require besides processors, thrusters, and iron ingots? How surprisingly mundane. Alright, so here go thrusters. Grab and let's do some funky air rail here, because we can. There we go. Love this. Especially the high altitude belts are so much fun to use. This game always gives me problems to put it down, you know? Always have problems putting down Dyson Sphere program. Good-o. So, thrusters, processors, and last but not least, iron ingots. But those were stone bricks, weren't they? Yep. So, stone brick, and here's steel. Where's that mundane iron? Here. So, that's the reason why I have all these splitters everywhere. So, but it's colliding with the electronics. Dang it. So, what are we going to do here? There's two options. We could now either go find a way to wire that stuff through here. I mean, here, that's it. That's the way to go. That's what you get. But actually, I'll make this happen on the other side because that's where it's actually. So we're going to roll. Oopsie. Here. Yeah, that's more like it. So, here. Okay. Oh, I hate this. Sometimes what this game would really need would be an indicator what kind of height level you are on right now. That sometimes really is quite hard to read. Okay, but next step, I want to get back to ground level. Let's see. Can make that happen here. Wonderful. So we only take a slight nosedive there. I don't care about that though. Totally fine for me, because we have a very, very important part of our logistics chain there. Alright, Jenner, see you soon, man. Thanks for dropping by. That stream here ain't gonna be lasting that much longer either, so don't worry. I'm already around almost 2 hours. That's usually the time when I need to take a break. Just can't stop fiddling around. Too much fun. There we go. So this is basically the ammo of our drone Z towers in the future. And it doesn't hurt to start building some ammo for these towers right away. So, but still not gonna make more than one stack of these because they are damn resource intense. There we go. So, sadly I haven't researched the particle traps yet. And, well, I did figure for myself that, well, let's see, particle traps will require graphene, copper, and those maglev drives. Oh, we're being invaded again. Shoo shoo, demon. Alright. So instead of racking up that stuff, that graphene stuff somewhere, or piping it over to our place, we're just going to put it into the box here and do some annoying, boring hand transportation to begin with, because I want to transport that stuff via drone later. I have little interest in setting up unnecessary long belt connections now. You get the idea already. Good. So I'd say I'll leave it like that here. We have a good run there, and it's a great point to say goodbye for today, because I think now it's going to be a bigger thing to set up the drone logistic thing at the end of the day. We're now producing the shuttles, that's okay, but to produce the actual receivers, we're going to get onto that in the next episode. So, thank you all for watching. Drop me a comment down below, or a thumbs up or a subscription to the channel would be definitely appreciated too. Consider checking out the social media in the description box if you missed the stream and you want to catch it live. I announce them all on Twitter, Discord, or just do the bell thing on the subscription and you get notified too. Last but not least, there is a link to Patreon and PayPal down there, and as a free content creator, I would be deeply appreciating the kind gesture of at least checking these out. So, have a wonderful day, you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.